Hello and welcome to another episode of the Atlantic DeFi podcast. Today is October the 13th, Thanksgiving here in Canada. The time is 8:36 Atlantic Standard Time. We're sitting at Bitcoin at $115,000. Ethereum is at $4,256. BNB is at $1,298. Solana is at $208 and XRP is at 2.6. Their fear and greed index is 40. Altcoin season went down, is almost 40%. So we're not there. We were almost there. We were at 60 last week, but it went down to 40, and we're going to explain why. Crypto market cap at 3.95 trillion, volume $237.41 billion. And we are going to talk about why this happened. This was a 60%. Fear and greed index was around 59, almost 60. Going into greed a little bit, not yet there, but almost there. But what happened? The President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, announced 100% tariffs on China. Now, let's do context on this, just so you can, so where we're going. He did it via his social media platform, Truth Social. However, if you looked at the markets that day, people were shorting Bitcoin big time. And a trader, or many traders, I think it's more than one trader, actually shorted and made around 192 million approximately. There's a couple of different terms depending on what you want. So let's look at this. Let's start sharing this now. It says, alleged Trump insider whale denies insider trading, opens new $340 million Bitcoin short. A whale that earned millions shorting Bitcoin and Ethereum right before Friday's crash is back at it and denies being a Trump insider. Now, here's the problem, and this is what we have to look into context. This guy may be either really, really lucky, because there's a bit of luck in this, I can't deny it, or he knew a lot of things that we didn't know. And the thing with that is that as soon as the market crashed, Trump backtracked. He did another thing on Truth Social. Again, this is common Donald Trump stuff. He says something and backtrack. However, he only said it. Nothing happened. The tariff didn't go up. Nothing happened. That doesn't mean it can go back. But he immediately backtracked and the markets went back up. Now, this was what you call a B shape. So it goes down and then it goes back up. So, again, I'm not saying that something's fishy here, but in my opinion, there was some type of information that they knew about, that he was going to launch this tweet or Truth or whatever they call it, Truth Social. I don't follow Truth Social. I'm not in it. This post on Truth Social, somebody had to know that he was going to type this and send this away, and they benefit of it because, again, you kind of had to know to put that type of money and not get liquidated in a short amount of time or a fair amount of time. It's very lucky. Again, it's a very lucky thing. Having that said, he made millions. The trader also added 40 million USD to Hyperliquid on Monday, using it to short Bitcoin with 10x leverage. The open position is currently yielding at 700,000 in unrealized profit. This is insane. This is only somebody that has a lot of money and is able to do this type of things. This is not something, and this is not somebody that's just going to put money and gamble it away. I don't think this is the case. Again, this was a bit calculated. You can't put millions of dollars like that and expect not to get a return quickly, especially that type of money. This is, again, I don't care what billionaire you are. When you put that amount of money in liquids, in assets, whether it's Bitcoin or USDC or whatever, you are doing a really big gamble. And you want to be secure. Again, $1 million, 500,000 for a millionaire, 100,000. It might be, but this seemed calculated. That's all I can say. I'm not saying that it had something to do, but this seems very calculated. So definitely, this is something that we're gonna have to watch. And according to CoinDesk, he is going to short Bitcoin again. It says that trader who made 192 million shorting the Bitcoin crash is betting against Bitcoin again. The trailer has died an insider whale again. And the other thing, this was on Decrypt, and the other one was on on CoinDesk. That doesn't mean it's the same person, but it looks like it's the same person. Pocketed 192 million, shorting Bitcoin, hence crypto's wipeout. Again, a lot of liquidation because everybody started selling, panic selling, we call it. And then when people panic sell, that brings the price down. And again, it's because of people don't want to gamble that much money. It's a lot of people that are putting a lot of calls and options and have leverage, so they want to close their options and they don't want to lose money because of something that a very powerful man puts, and that can actually destabilize some economies. So I don't know what the play is on this. I don't know. It is okay. So he put on Hyperliquid. Okay, so it's the same person. I don't know if they're trying to just fearmong this a little bit, because I see that people say that, like they're trying to say that they're going to put it in short again. I don't know if this is going to happen again. I don't know, but it seems really suspicious that somebody would put a lot of money on that and not get a return. It has to be really calculated when you put that amount of money. So we'll see. Again, I said it before. A lot of these markets are manipulated. Stock markets are manipulated. Crypto markets manipulated by people that have a lot of assets, high liquidity, and connections. That doesn't mean you cannot make any money. You can make money. Just be smart about it. Don't try to overdo the markets. Just keep it simple, because you can't win against this big, powerful people unless you have that amount of money or information that you may control. It is just hard to do it. But there's ways to make money by being patient and doing things, having common sense into certain things. So we're going to go to this other news, which is about the Solana ETF. The Solana ETF approval is on the horizon. I thought it was approved. In Canada, we already have a Solana. We have, I think, 2 or 3 Solana ETFs. In the United States, there's not a Solana ETF yet. But it seems to be on the hunt. They're going to get approved next week. And if this gets to Solana, I think other people like BlackRock and Grayscale, Fidelity, Franklin Templeton, they are going to do Solana ETFs. So definitely we're going to be on the watch out for that. Now, for the last news that we got this week. BNB chain is dropping $45 million in, I don't know, I think it's in BNB. I'm not 100%. As a surprise to meme coin traders. Now, this is what I think about this. If you are in a casino and you're gambling all the time and you're losing all the time and you're giving all of this stuff, you're losing and losing, you got to get something back. They got to give you free drinks. They're going to give you maybe a free room. They're going to give you something, because if you keep losing and nobody gives you anything, you're not going to go there. You're going to go probably to another place, or you're going to stop gambling. And I think this is the catch. BNB has been skyrocketing lately. And I think a lot of that has to do with a lot of the meme coins, like what happens to Solana with Pump and Fund. And before Pump and Fund, BNB was the meme coin place. You could do a meme coin or pancake swap in a couple of minutes and just sell it. It was a little bit more difficult than Pump That Fund, but it was kind of like the same thing, only a little bit. You had to be a little bit more technically challenged than what it is now, that you just sign in, create it, and it's done. But I think this is a thing to keep people, hooked, and keep people doing this meme coin trading, because it's so cheap and easy to do. And you may get lucky trading all these cheap coins. And again, I think it's a good move. I can't say it's not. It's a good move if you want to keep people in the casino. That's what you do. And again, it's easy fellow Canadian, is doing that. And again, I don't hate the player, hate the game. If you want to keep doing meme coins, maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe you'll lose all your money. I'm not saying that meme coins are bad. I don't really have anything to say. They have no value. We know they have no value, but again, things like Dogecoin have been popular, and they're beginning to have some type of value, and people are starting to do things. Shiba Inu, and even Pepe, they're starting to kind of do different things so they can have some certain type of value. I think Dogecoin, which is the pioneer, I remember when they started sponsoring like cars and doing like a lot of cool things, and that kind of started a community. They don't do that. They did that in the inception of it. They haven't done that in a while, but I'm not saying that MooCoin or whatever the hell you're doing is not valuable, but this is a way to keep you in it. That's just the reality. They're trying to keep you in it, and they're trying to point BNB to be the next thing, maybe challenge Ethereum somehow. But you got to understand that this is the way they're doing it. So we're going to talk about that next week on Atlantic DeFi. So I'm going to put a post. I did a post about wash trading, so check that out in our LinkedIn newsletter and on Atlantic DeFi. And I'm going to do another article on how is this a little bit of a casino play. So yeah, go to AtlanticDeFi.com and like our social media, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.